street.
Welcome back, Sam Tramps, to Attempted Delivery. I'm not going to say our names because we have the, well, I guess as far as when we drop the video, we'll have the names there. For audio, you're just going to have to guess who's talking to you if you don't know by now. So last episode, we were discussing the merits of the Chicago hot dog, and the results of the poll are in. And it's just like the country. It's completely divided.
Oh, really?
Yep. 50% of the vote went for it is a culinary triumph, and 50% of the vote went to it's an affront to all mankind. So we made no progress.
Well, how many people voted?
That's not important, but 50% of them.
Like all.
Because really, if it's 50-50, it doesn't matter if it's 2 people or 100. It's still divided.
Yeah.
4 people voted. Yeah.
There's 2 people that like that hot dog.
I guess.
Gross.
But you guys didn't understand the assignment. I wanted somebody to like chime in and say why. You know what I mean? Like what? Like.
Listen, I don't have to defend why I voted for what I voted for.
Yeah, wasn't it better when we all just didn't know who voted for who?
Yeah,
just like
by a lot. It was so much better. It was about 1,000% better.
Yeah.
Damn it, MySpace.
The world is changing, and our podcast is changing. We got our first ad read.
Yes, we did.
We got our first ad read. So we're excited to share our first sponsor with you. If you want to do the honors.
I sure do. Planning a trip to New Orleans or Vegas? Don't use those old rental companies. Use Turo. You can have the car delivered to the front door of your hotel or to a curb on Bourbon Street.
And don't forget to use promo code Attempted Delivery to receive collision insurance at no extra cost. And also make sure you meet up in a public space for safety.
That's pretty good. That was
Indeed.
a good ad.
Indeed.
It was a good ad read.
Indeed. Completely unrelated note. These like incidents that it's been like international, like Germany, a few here in the States, where somebody rents a car and drives into a crowd. It's kind of wild because I kind of looked it up, and it's been like many incidents. Like it's not just like this year. It's been like a repeated like thing to the point where the FBI has worked with like truck rental association. Let me pull up actually what it is. Yes, in coordination with the Truck Renting and Leasing Association and the American Car Rental Association, they've combined to produce a training video.
Yeah, which is hilarious.
Yeah. So for employees of rental companies to spot or recognize,
activity.
recognize suspicious activity. And there's actually like a training video. They have the transcript online. They actually have the video online. But we wanted to play out the scenario where it's somebody renting a car and acting suspicious. And so we're gonna do that for you now.
Just so that way, that way, if you ever find yourself in a situation,
exactly. Maybe you're behind somebody in line.
I'm sure this is transferable to somebody at a minute market or a gas station.
Sure.
A smoke shop.
Right. Yeah. So like, if you see something, say something. You know, we often joke about dark things if you can't find a way to laugh at the dark shit in life, like the world is depressing enough. So like, you know, but anyway, we want to play this scenario out so you guys are informed. You know how to spot some suspicious activity. So
because it's not always obvious.
Right. So now we're going to do a scenario which you might encounter. Look for suspicious activity and behaviors that may be present and ask yourself, what would I do? And so, yeah. Sean will be playing the part of the rental employee, and I will be playing the part of the customer.
Sounds good.
And
good morning. My name's Alex. How can I help you today, Mr.
I don't like that you assume my gender, but I'm Frank.
Okay.
Hi, Alex. I do not have a reservation. I realize that I need to actually read this because I don't have it memorized. But I need to rent a vehicle. I do not have a reservation.
No reservation? All right. Okay, that's fine. Can I have your driver's license?
I just lost my license, but I do have a temporary issued from the DMV. Will that work?
Actually, you do need do you have a second form of identification? Like it could be like a passport or like an insurance card or a pay stub, old pay stub maybe.
No, I don't. Sorry.
No pay stub. Okay. Yeah, that's all right. Let me see what I can do. All right. So are you just from the area or like visiting or what?
Just visiting.
Okay. That's nice. Where are you coming from?
California.
Oh, that's awesome. I love California. I'm kind of jealous. What part?
Sacramento.
Okay. Yeah, I've never been Sacramento. I've never been there, but it's funny you say that. Me and my husband are actually thinking about going there next month. Was it nice?
Yeah, I'd say it's a pretty great place to live.
Oh, awesome. I mean to pry. It's just me and my husband are going, and I figured I'd mention it. Any good restaurants you think you could like recommend or anything like that? Kind of foodies.
I don't know. They're all pretty great.
Yeah, I've heard the food there's let's just get back to bit. You say your temporary license is from Illinois?
Yes, I'm moving there, and I haven't gotten my permanent license yet.
Okay, yeah, it takes time. I see. So everything here is correct?
Yes.
Okay. What type of vehicle are you trying to get?
I need to rent a van or a small box truck for a few hours. Something that has a decent amount of ground clearance.
Okay. Few hours. Okay, like not overnight. You don't need it overnight or anything.
I just need to run errands for a few hours. Something that has a lot of space for all my stuff.
Okay. Let's see here. I think the best we can do right now is a minivan. That's probably the biggest. The good thing is you'll be able to like move. Like it's a big city, I'm assuming, so you'll be able to. You won't have to worry about like the bulkiness of a box truck or anything like that.
Fair enough. Yeah, I do need. Was looking for something easy, like to maneuver, in the city streets. Yeah. I'd really prefer a box truck.
Okay. Let's see. I don't know. I'm sorry, we don't have a box truck.
All right. Do you know how many gallons of fuel a minivan can hold?
I'm not sure. I can always go check.
No, don't worry about it. Can I pay cash? I'll only need the vehicle for a few hours, and it'll be easier for me.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely pay cash. I'll just need a card that associated with like the contract, and then you can just pay. You don't have to pay with that card. It just needs to be,
Yeah, that's fine. I guess that'll work.
Okay. Just one more piece of information. May I have your email address and phone number, please?
Sure. My email is john.smith2018@jihad.com. My phone number is 717-555-6789. Okay.
Do you need any like directions or anything to where you're going?
No, I'm great. Thanks. Actually, I can't even get through this straight face. Do you know if there's a parade still going on downtown today? I heard there's going to be a lot of people there, and it's something I should see.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let me check. I don't really know anything about any parades. I'm gonna need to get your Actually, my computer's telling me that your temporary driver's license isn't gonna work.
Really, you and your husband aren't up on the parades that are possibly happening? Sorry. Sorry, we broke.
You broke me.
Character. Broke the character. Sorry. Where are we?
At the end, I think that's it.
Oh no.
I think that's all I
so
have.
you just came back from talking to your boss.
Yeah, we skipped that part, remember?
Right, but you're apologizing for the delay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. All I have is the license isn't going to work, and then you get mad and storm off.
Yeah. What? This is perfectly legitimate, and you said it would be fine.
I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do. Nice.
Then you tell me to
Have a great day. Yeah, you better run.
Wait, do your last line there to self.
That's not even a real email address.
It could be.
That was crazy that the in the training thing that 717 is the area code. That's hilarious.
That was super weird. Sorry, I kind of fucked up. I had to go with my comedic instinct.
No, I enjoyed it.
And scene.
Killed that. I felt good about that.
Yeah. Shame we didn't get in time for the Golden Globes.
What, the rental or this scene?
Well, two birds, one car.
That was fun.
Where do we go from here?
Hell. I think we go to hell from here.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
that's fun.
again, joking about tragedy. It's the only way to get through it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be more positive.
I think that was a great job. I think we did. I think we were very positive. We were positively awful at that scene. But we did decide to do this 15 minutes ago. So
True. I think we did pretty good.
Yeah,
I think we did pretty good.
So I did. Now, speaking of conspiracy theories, no, it is weird that all those tragedies the one in Germany I don't know about, but it is weird that I don't think it's like a thing. I think it's just an easy way to rent a car of any kind. I didn't know that they did Airbnb cars. It's pretty sick. Like the Toro thing or whatever.
What exactly is it beyond? I mean, I guess it's just like...
I found out about it today, so...
Okay. Yeah, I don't exactly know what the difference is between that and just like your typical rental car.
Well, I guess you get to pick the car, and they will for sure have it because that's their car. It's like a person's car. Like, you could rent your car...
Oh, this is like a person-to-person sharing.
Yeah, it's like literally...
It's not like the company owns...
Yeah, I think it's like literally like an Airbnb for cars.
Alrighty.
Yeah, it seems interesting, but I just can't imagine who would want to rent their personal car out unless you don't care and you have like you have like some
or maybe you're like a really lazy activist and you're like, man, I'm just gonna rent this out, hoping somebody drives us into a bunch of people because I don't want to do it myself.
You're a lazy terrorist,
and then you could be like, oh, I don't know.
It wasn't me.
And maybe the people renting are like the people who failed out of flight school. Like, so like, well, I can't fly a plane, but I can drive a car.
How many do you think? Does regular gas melt steel beams? How does this work? What can I do with a Tesla?
I do. I mean, I'm not the first person, obviously, to recognize this, but it was pretty amazing that, like, immediately it was like, no, this was an act of like some nefarious like person. The cars just don't explode. Like, it's not the Tesla just didn't explode. Like somebody
had to say that.
Cars don't kill people. People kill people. Like there was literally like one of the first articles I said, it was like Tesla denies like cars just randomly explode.
Well, it's funny because the Cybertrucks had some like issues, so they're like
they just recall a ton of
I think so. Yeah. I don't know if that thing's stupid.
Maybe talk about conspiracy theories.
This is
maybe it actually did explode and they planted a body in there to be like, no, he did it. He did this.
So much more work.
The cars don't just explode to distract from the fact that there was just a recall of like 100,000 of them. Like,
or it's just, yeah. Well, don't let any tragedy go to waste. I mean, no, it is funny. No, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and I just remember seeing something about the rental cars. I'm like, I don't think that's relevant to anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I will say, Toro offers a great variety of no, I will say it is annoying because I remember last time I went. Was it last time? I think it was last time we went to Virginia for like a concert, and this is when I still had my Jeep Wrangler. Like I had a right-hand drive Jeep, and it's not the best. They're not like luxury cars. It's like a rough ride, and it was like 4 of us. So I was like, I don't really feel like driving this to Virginia. I'm like, let me just rent a car. Fuck it, why not?
Right.
And what did I try to get I was like, this is a stupid thing to spend money on, but I was like, I'm going to rent like a fucking nice car. Like I'm going to rent like a Lincoln or like a Mercedes or something, like, cause it's like tier for like rental place. I wish I knew about Turo. I probably would have used them actually. But, it's actually becoming a real ad for Turo. But, I remember like, I called them and I was like, hey, I must have scheduled it and stuff. And they were just like, yeah, sorry, we don't have like any of that tier. We don't have any luxury sedans or whatever. And I'm like, dude, what do you mean? I did this like a month ago. How could you not I don't understand. You have one job is to provide me with the car I chose. And they're like,
that whole Seinfeld episode was built around that.
Oh, really?
It's like, you know how to take the reservation, but you can't keep the reservation. Like,
yeah. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, and I was like, all right, well, what? And I'm, I don't even know if I was on speakerphone or not, but maybe Lori could just hear it through my phone. But they were like, well, we have, and the guy was like trying to sell me on it. He's like, well, we do have, like, we have like a Jeep Wrangler if you want that. I'm like, this motherfucker. No, I don't want to. That's what I'm trying to get out of, buddy. Like, why would I want to drive? It was just like hilarious that was what he thought he was going to get me with. Because I think that probably was a higher tier and maybe you were going to give me a deal. But like, that's not a deal. I don't want to drive a Jeep Wrangler to Virginia. They're not that comfortable. They're fine. You know what I mean?
We have a great deal on a 87 Ford Festiva.
Yeah. But if that's honestly, I would have rather had the Festiva. But no, and then I ended up just getting like an Impala sedan, which was really nice. It was still fine, but it was like, it was just so funny that the first thing he tried to sell me on was my car. Like, that's hilarious. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
My mom came to watch the kid today, and so she was here, and I went out to leave for work, and my car would not start.
Oh, jeez.
So it was like time to go, and I was like, well, she's here anyway. She's not going anywhere, so I borrowed her car. This is a Lexus. It was kind of nice.
They are
Like,
nice. Yeah,
it was
Lexus
like quiet.
Yeah.
It drove nice. It's like a push button start.
Yeah.
You don't even have to put the key in, and I'm not used to that.
That's so funny.
I kept pushing the button, and like the steering wheel kept going up and down. I'm like, what the fuck?
Brake.
And then I realized you had to push the brake. Yeah. I'm not a car guy. So.
Well, yeah, I just had a couple push to starts because I fucking love setting money on fire. I love setting money on fire and just rolling over my car loans until I can. That's why I have a $15,000 car loan for a car that's 12 years old. But
no wonder you do all that overtime.
That is why I do all that overtime. You are correct. But yeah, one time I was sitting. Was I at work? I was working. I think I was in the mail truck, and some dude comes up to me at a gas pump and is like, "Hey, can you like help me or what?" I think he just bought this. The guy wasn't super bright.
Okay,
it's clearly something, you know. And he was like, "Hey, could you help me? I can't get my car. I just got this car, and I can't get it." He must have just bought it. And he's like, yes.
The dealer started it for him. He's like, go ahead.
Yes, literally. It had to be because he didn't know how to start it. He like couldn't figure it out.
How did you make it here? Right?
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, I don't know. And I was like sitting in his car. I'm like, I have no idea what this. I don't know, man. And I'm like, all right, well, so. I'm like, all right, it's a push to start. That I've never seen that before. So I'm like, well, it's a manual. You have to push the clutch in to start it. So I just, on instinct, push the brake. Just dumb luck.
Right.
And just like, and I'm like, oh, I think you have to push the brake first to do that. He's like, oh, okay. And he was like flustered. Like, I'm like, this is so funny. Guy had bought a brake.
Weird, because if it's in fucking park, like, I mean, I guess it's just some kind of switch.
Well, because I guess you could just accidentally press it. It's probably some safety thing. I mean, because then. I don't know. You're right. I don't really know exactly.
If it's already in park, what's the
exactly? I don't know.
Speaking of safety features, my mom's car has it. I guess it was at first. I was like, oh shit! In the side rear view mirror, side mirror, when there's a car in your blind spot, like a bright orange. Yeah.
Your Pilot doesn't have that?
No, it's 2015.
That's new enough to have plenty of stuff.
Apparently not for Honda.
That's I guess.
But
that's crazy.
It was coming on, and then it like kept coming on. It was like, that is more distracting than anything else. It was like this orange blinking light in my ear. So like, then I was like, well, I'm just gonna go 100 now, so no one comes up in my blind spot. So I was like, I think this defeats the safety aspect of the safety.
Just
feature.
when you're driving, because normal people don't do that.
Well, it's either you go so slow that it was, or you go so fast, like because it was just like,
oh, it wasn't people, it was stuff.
No, it was cars. And I was going like I was going
relatively.
Don't
want to see the light.
It was constant. It was a constant.
Yeah, it's a blind spot.
Flashing orange light. It was like, I'd rather just turn around and look. Like it's not. I don't know. It was more distracting than.
Yeah, a lot of that's so funny that you're distracted by it.
So in my peripheral vision is bright orange light going on and off like constantly. It was like,
what's funny because the more you describe it, the more you're descriing why it exists. It's just you see it in your peripheral without even needing to try to see it.
Right, but I also like wasn't trying to change lanes.
Yeah.
It's
you know
what I mean?
Some of them beep. The mattresses at work actually beep when when that light is on and there's something in your blind spot and you signal. It beeps and like makes a sound to like stop you.
That's smart.
But it still does. It does that thing too, though. It doesn't wait.
Okay.
But when you do try to signal at the same time, it's like, yo.
So does the right side go off every time you're passing a mailbox? Like you deliver
That's
a box
a good
and
question.
orange
I don't
light?
really. I've only delivered mail out of it like once. I don't think it does. Somehow they're pretty sophisticated, dude. They can like literally tell. They actually can tell. Maybe not the early ones, but they can definitely tell the difference between like stuff. And like some of them, like I had a Taurus with like a rear, the backup sensors, which are pretty sweet. I mean, the camera is more important. Like a backup camera solves all the problems.
Oh, hell yeah.
So the backup sensor is sort of like overkill to the camera if you have a camera. But it can get dirty and then it'll like beep and stuff. Like when you put it in reverse, it'll start beeping because there's something on the sensor.
Right.
But I will say, a lot of that new stuff is dumb. But yeah, I had like a 2014 Taurus, and it had fucking all the bells and whistles. Shit. It had like push to start. It had those things. It had the cruise controls really dope in like newer cars. Like you could set distance from the vehicle in front of you.
Oh, that's cool.
Dude, it was sweet. It was the one. It was. I do miss that car, but like that was like the cool for long trips. That was the coolest shit. You could set like 4 car lengths. And then set it to 80, and then when you come up on somebody, it automatically slows down to whatever speed they're going and matches them. And then when you can merge, and then it goes back up to 80.
Oh shit!
It's that type of stuff is pretty dope.
Hell yeah! Yeah, that's what we need. People thinking less while they're driving.
Yeah. But listen, I've seen some of these drivers, and anything that can help them. Anything that can help them, I'm all for. The fucking I don't want my car to stop by itself, but theirs can. Theirs absolutely can.
It's wild that delivering mail has been around since before there were cars.
Yeah.
And like now we have like advancements like that, but then like they just can't like get the mail right.
Yeah.
Like,
they can't get letters to us. Like it's my first day back, which is great. I decided to come back on a snowstorm on Monday, which was awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, the mail wasn't even fucked up, but
I lost my mind when I came back from my route today because this was like the third day I've come back and my trays are gone. They're back on the bullshit of we're not allowed to have trays that we use to deliver the mail at our case. We have to go hunt them down every morning. They don't take
all of the trays. What are they doing? They're only taking some of the trays. Because I leave a bunch in my case and they're...
Right. Mine are in the exact same position in my case as yours are. Mine were gone. And I lost my fucking mind. I was like, I asked, I almost said a name, but like a supervisor was like, have you seen somebody taking my trays in the morning? Because this is the third time I've come back and they're not there. We use them every day to do our job. And you're taking, and she's like, yeah, you're not allowed to have them at the case.
But there's other trays. They didn't take all the trays though.
Right. I'm about to like buy a bike lock and like
I thought
lock
about
them
it.
to my case or like, we're not supposed to have like personal items. So I'm like, I'm gonna put like a cinder block in them, so like they can take them, but it's gonna be really annoying.
Yeah.
Like this is my emotional support cinder block. Like I need this. I need this at my case. And stop taking my shit that I use to do my job. I guess they are doing like a lot of like inspections. They're trying to make sure you're not hiding stuff in between the cases. But it's like punish the couple idiots.
If somebody hides mail, punish them.
How I mean, like how many 100,000 employees we have, like, and they're micromanaging to that level. Discipline them rather than make us hunt around for fucking the things we need to do our job every day.
Yeah, it's stupid. Man, that's a good idea. Emotional support. I'm bringing Ollie to work. I'll just leave him in the case.
Nice.
Fuck that. I would take him.
Customers got to protect themselves against your dog.
Yeah.
Ollie bites somebody. Oh, do you have your dog spray?
In the office. Man, what if I get away with that emotional support dog? You guys are stressing me out. This mail's too much. I need a dog. I need my dog. Which actually reminds me, I have to remember, we have to get him licensed. He's not licensed. Apparently, that's a new thing in 2025 that you have to have a dog.
You got to do that, or he's not going to be able to rent a car.
Well, I'm not going to be able to shoot people with him. That's why I keep joking. I'm like, he's a dangerous weapon. He's like a big oaf. I mean, he might be dangerous to you, but he loves everyone else. So.
I'm bringing dog spray to your house if I come to your house.
Yeah, he listens.
Speaking of work, last week I mentioned this documentary that I wanted to check out called The Great Postal Heist. Mm-hmm. And me and the wife watched it. And I would say watch that shit.
Yeah.
It starts out and it's this guy who his dad was a carrier who he might have been a clerk.
Yeah, I think you said that last week that he was a clerk.
Yeah, but he was kind of like targeted and like harassed a bit by management and for like kind of speaking out and that kind of thing. And it kind of starts out like a documentary about like workplace like bullying from management and that kind of thing. And at first I was like, if this all it is, it was fine.
Yeah,
there wasn't anything wrong with it. It was interesting and that kind of thing. But it was like people are gonna come away with this as just like
complaining.
Yeah, managers are shitty. Like,
which is like you know.
One of my favorite lines out of The Wire that's repeated is just like "fuck the bosses."
Yeah,
fuck the bosses. Like you know what I mean? They're not out for your interests. But then like it morphs from that into getting into like a broader look at like. There's been a lot of talk about privatization.
Yeah.
And as if like it's a brand new thing. And it's kind of been happening for a long time.
Yeah.
It's been like they're chipping away at it. There have been various things like regarding like Staples and Kinko's and stuff like that where I'm not going to dive into it because I probably can't articulate it as well as, but I would definitely watch it, even if you're just a postal customer, which if you're listening to this, you are. I think get past that first part, and when it starts getting into the broader like political / corporate interest kind of stuff, I'm like, oh, this has already been happening.
Yeah.
And it's kind of wild. I don't have much hope.
Yeah.
Like, first off, side note, our friend Kristen from United We Scan, Postal podcast, that provides a lot of good information for characters. Well, yeah, carriers. Last week when we were talking about the hot dogs, you said somebody told you about a Michigan brand and you couldn't remember. She said it was Kogel.
Okay, that sounds familiar.
Not to be confused with Kegel.
Kegel, I was gonna say. Well, I was thinking Kugel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that when a cougar does Kegels?
No, that's funny. No, it's when a Jew does.
Oh, Jesus.
Kugel, it's food. You don't know what Kugel is?
I do not.
That's funny. Yeah, it's like it's a I would say German. It's probably from. Actually, it is probably a German casserole, but it's.
We know what side you're on.
Yeah, it's a Jewish casserole.
Okay.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
No, yeah, that's crazy. I'm surprised. I know. I'm always surprised when I know something that other people don't.
I'll leave that one alone. But yes, like honestly, their podcast, like listening to, like you get like a lot of like hope, like that. Yes, things are shitty, but like things can change. And then like I watch something like this, and I'm like, oh, we're already like it's already the wheels are already in motion, like for that to happen.
And I actually just saw with this whole UPS like Surpost thing with them like UPS giving us packages to deliver, and now they're not doing it.
Right.
Which was, I mean, I don't know what all goes on, but I guess like we were trying to get more money from them, and they don't want to give us more money for the packages, so they're just not gonna renew the contract, which is like, it's so amazing that we let them get away with there shouldn't be like pennies on the dollar what we're making off of it. We're killing. USPS is killing themselves delivering these packages, like a lot of places, and then not making any money off of it.
For anybody not Postal, we do a lot of what they call last mile delivery. So even if something is coming UPS, FedEx, Amazon, or whatever, like I'll pull up to the same house as an Amazon driver, and we both have a package. For whatever reason, maybe wherever it came from, it's cheaper for them to have us do it to drop them off for the rural areas. Yeah,
and we just don't charge a lot of money, so it's cheaper. It was cheaper for them to give it to us to deliver.
But then I'm like, every package we get, everything we do, every step we take goes to an evaluation for our route, and that's how we get paid. Is this a way to just lower everyone's numbers because we're not going to have as many packages? We're going to lower them, and maybe down the road they would have some other type of contract after our. I guess that would just raise the evaluations again. But I don't know. I'm always looking for the angle
for sure. Yeah,
and then follow the money.
Usually the angle is just like they don't care, and they're gonna save money and then not pay us more. So
right.
Yeah, that's usually the angle. It's not. It's like a lot of times it's pretty simple as far as like, well, that could be. I mean, if it's nothing else, that's probably it. At the very least, it's that, and then there might be other nefarious shit. But I did see like, and I also saw like a thing where they're downsizing the same thing they're doing to post office. They're downsizing UPS too. I saw on like fucking Reddit, this dude was talking about his entire station got downsized, and they laid him off.
Wow.
He said he was there. He's been working for UPS for 10 years, and got laid off indefinitely. Like. Jesus. I'm like, that's I mean, so we at least have that security blanket.
Right.
Of like, I mean, we won't like it, but we will still have a job. You know what I mean? But like, I'm like, damn. So the grass is not greener on that lawn anyway.
Yeah.
And I hear FedEx isn't any better either. I've heard from firsthand
I've
from
always heard they're the
FedEx.
worst.
Yeah, it's same stuff.
Back around the election, like, and anytime it comes to my feed, I share the George Carlin, the American Dream thing. And like, Bill Burr, I don't know if you were still listening to his podcast or
I do occasionally.
That and Anything Better. He's been a broken record on corporations and like, he is right. But like George Carlin was saying this shit like 30 years ago about 30 years before then.
Yeah.
And it's, like I said, I want to have hope because we just brought a kid into the world. She's 1 year old, and I'm just like, I don't know. What's her world gonna be like?
Well,
you know what I mean? Yeah. It's really hard to have hope. And another Carlin quote is, "Behind every cynic is a disappointed idealist." Like growing up, I was like, wanted to write music that could change the world, and like, you know what I mean? Like I had those grand delusions. And now I'm just like getting more and more on the Carlin train. Like it's not going to get any better. We're like circling the drain time. Like it's really hard to remain positive.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I was saying earlier when we were making light of some tragic shit. Like if you only focused on all the negative shit, like
there's no way.
There is no hope. Yeah. Like there is no, like, so you have to like kind of make
No, yeah, I'm
light,
not
make
like
fun,
positive. I'm just nice. I'm the biggest nihilist.
Right.
People just probably don't know that necessarily about me, but there's never been any of that hope. I don't know. You know what I mean?
It's really hard to have
the thing that gives me hope is at least we live in like a situation like in this country where we can like, eventually I'm gonna own a farm and I'm gonna have my own shit and I'm not gonna have to worry about like fucking crazy, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna at least be able to check out. Not check out for the last time. Check out, you know what I mean? Go off there, like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit. I'm just gonna like tend to my fucking garden, literally and figuratively.
That's probably the best way to go because you're not gonna get shit delivered. It won't make it to that farm. Like,
yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, like, whatever side of politics you're on, the very rural areas tend to be more conservative, and these types of policies will directly hurt them. They're not going to have mail delivery, package delivery. It's going to inconvenience them. You know what I mean? It's just like I don't know. It's hard to have hope. I'll just come live with you on your farm if that's cool.
Yeah, I'm trying. That's why I'm doing overtime so I can
milk a
buy
cow or two.
Yeah, I'm hoping that somebody destroys the housing market. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for some pre-COVID housing prices. I'm trying to get that shit destroyed. I want it to 2008. The sequel is what I want.
Dude, we got so lucky.
I know. Yeah, it's so crazy.
House.
We were just talking about that earlier.
Yeah. Because we probably could not afford this house now, but we just snuck in before the world shut down. And
it sucks because it sucks because there was there were so many like I was looking for like a rental property of some sort right before, and there was a few that I could have got but didn't pull the trigger because it was just like I mean there's more why pick one now, you know what I mean? I don't have to go with one. I'm not in any time crunch. Little did I know. But yeah. Yeah, well, let's fucking help with your hope then. So the drones, these drones in Jersey. No, I heard a conspiracy about the drones that was actually kind of interesting, and I don't believe it because it just doesn't make sense. But it won't. I guess it could be theoretically true, but it was that it's like it's like getting data to see how people react to something like this.
Huh.
To then down the road implement like a police state, not a police state necessarily, but like mass surveillance. So if we just get used to seeing crazy shit like drones around, it's like, well, now there's cop drones, and it's shit like that. I'm like, God,
living in Baltimore for a time, we had the ghetto birds, like the helicopters that would, you just got used to flying around, but it's like, well, they're not looking for me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm not doing anything wrong. Why should I be worried about the drones?
Right.
And then there's like, they say, people are saying that like maybe that they're gonna like, because of stuff like this, they'll start saying that like we can't have drones, like regular civilians can't have drones and stuff like that.
Right. And I mean, maybe they're just trying to avoid people renting them. For nefarious purposes.
An SUV-sized drone.
They don't even need to get in the car anymore.
I think that goes without saying. I think you should probably have to get a license for a large drone like that.
Well, apparently these are really large, right?
Allegedly, I haven't seen any.
I didn't see them, but I think Kate saw them.
Yeah, apparently some of them are the size of a car. So
right. And here's my thing. We have information on how much baby oil Diddy had and all this other random stuff. We have information on like celebrity marriage, like a whole bunch. The concerning thing is like the complete just lack of information about these. I haven't heard a single thing about like who manufactured. Some company has manufactured them, or some government has manufactured them. So they should be easily identifiable because they are so
they're
like
aliens,
rare.
Bro.
Well, that's the thing. The Pentagon has said they're not aliens. It's not Iran. It's not this. Don't be worried. We don't know what they are, but we know they're not these couple things.
Well, then they're like, we know it's not like there's nothing to worry about. It's like, so they're ours. Just say it. Just say there are. I don't like. What are we doing?
Right.
They're yours. You have. That's you. That's why you know.
The lack of information is almost like just as telling as
it makes
what
me
they
like
are. It's like
man. And then the reason like the governor of New Jersey was like kind of like freaking out, and it's like, well, yeah, you don't know, you're not on a need to know. This is a need to know basis, and you don't need to know. You're a governor of New Jersey. Why do you don't need to know information?
Right.
Like I that's what I personally think, because it's just most logically. I don't think they're aliens. I think it's for whatever reason we got drones and they're doing something. I don't know. The one maybe looking for dirty bombs or whatever they said. They were like maybe looking for like a nuke that went missing or something, which is terrifying. But that seems to unfortunately, to me that's like, that sounds kind of like the most likely one.
And which is wild that like, so if that's true, then this scenario has already been thought about enough that they were able to implement these drones.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? This
for sure. Yeah,
if this was like some sort of security plan, like that's not any more reassuring that like
no, not really.
I want to believe in the good of people. I want to believe in a better future. I just don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
in the current state, like,
well, and the mass surveillance thing. I was on the phone with Drew the other day, and you know how like you'll be talking about something and it'll like come up. You'll get advertisements on your phone or whatever.
100%.
That's like first. Well, fucking what's his name? Like whistle blew that 10 shit. Has it been 20 years since like Edward Snowden's had to live in Russia?
Maybe.
Or whatever. Yeah. It's been forever now that I think of it. It's been so long.
Mm-hmm.
But that's been happening for like ever, probably since 9/11. But what's it called? It's like even bad. Like the other day, he called me because he had a bunch of old wine that his grandparents gave him, I think. I think that's what he said. And he's like, yeah, he's like, one of them had like bacteria, definitely bad. Right. But like, you guys drank wine. Do you know like, how do I tell you? He's like, there's like stuff in this one, like sediment. I was like, well, no, some red has sediment.
Right.
Like all the time, you'll see sediment in it or whatever. Uh-huh. But I was like, well, let me ask. Well, Lori, she knows everything. And she's like, yeah, you can actually pH test it. There's a safe pH like amount, and when you do like canning or not canning, fermenting, there's pH you have to test,
right,
to see or whatever, and. I was still on the phone with him, so I was like, oh, cool. And then I went into the other room so she could keep watching something. And I was like sitting there talking to him, and I fucking like was looking at my phone, and I started getting ads for pH test. It was like I didn't even end the phone call. Wow. It was 5 minutes, and it was like we just said pH test strips. Relax, I'm not buying them.
Some drone just flies over your house and drops.
And that's how I know
pH test kit.
Yeah, and that's how I know AI is a man, because it didn't even listen. We already have the pH test strips. It wasn't even paying attention. It just heard pH test strips.
Nice.
It didn't even hear the whole conversation. It only heard half. It's bullshit.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
Let's keep adding to this. So did you see that Microsoft bought TMI?
What's TMI?
3 Mile Island.
Oh,
They're restarting it.
I did see that.
That sounded like the beginning of a documentary.
That's a
so
good
they
idea.
had shut down 3 Mile Island, and now they're reopening it to power AI.
That's fun. Maybe
because it went so well the last time.
Right. I mean, Microsoft does Windows. Maybe Microsoft could like produce like actual windows that prevent like thermonuclear radiation from coming in your house. Is that Windows 25? Windows 2025 is actual windows that prevent radiation from coming in your house. Yeah, that's a bit. I might cut. I might cut that because that's fucking funny. I mean,
that's pretty local. That's like a pretty local joke. That might not work everywhere.
True, but I only do local comedy.
That's true. Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not touring.
Try it at the Burning Bridge.
But I mean,
you get it written by next week.
Yeah, I might actually.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good thing we don't live.
It's upstream. So.
I was going to say it's a good thing we don't live near there.
Yeah. Burning Bridge.
Good thing is we won't survive to know how bad it really is.
Hopefully, we won't survive. Nuclear that's the terrifying one.
Did you say nuclear?
What I say, nuclear?
I think you said.
I probably say nuclear. What nuclear?
Yeah.
Nuclear. Oh, I for sure say nuclear all the time.
Right.
Nuclear. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, President Bush did, and he was in charge of the nuclear bomb. So, like,
He was in charge
I guess
of
if you can't pronounce
nuclear button.
button.
Button. That's so funny. Yeah. Well, speaking of George Bush, rest in peace, Jimmy Carter. Thank you for the day off today.
Indeed.
As you're hearing this, me and Damien are at home.
Indeed.
Yeah. I don't have anything else to say, but
hiding from drones and trying to hope for a better future. This has been depressing.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I figure we might as well get all the depressing stuff out of the way. That's all.
Yeah. Actually, why don't we lighten it up for a sec?
All right.
This mayor,
We might get lit up soon. They
True.
fucking try to start up the fucking 3 Mile Island again. Hopefully Med Ed's not in charge this time.
oh, Jesus. But yeah, something to lighten up. Maybe this will be the next poll that no one participates in. But me and the wife have had this argument for years. This is not food related,
Okay.
so we'll have a poll that's not food related. So when brushing your teeth, do you use cold water or warm water?
I'm probably I'm pretty much ambivalent, but I technically use cold water because my sink takes forever to warm up upstairs.
Okay.
So like I usually brush my teeth in the bathroom upstairs. So
But like even growing up, like instinctively, did you just turn on the cold water, rinse your toothbrush, and then
tell me yours. Let me think about it for a second. I think I would do cold.
right,
Yeah.
like any normal person would.
Okay, so I see what side you're on.
I do cold. Something about like just like doing it with warm water feels gross.
Yeah.
My wife argues that you don't wash dishes in cold water.
Mhm.
So you use like hot/warm water, but also like I also don't brush my teeth with dish soap either. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
This is really funny because I can actually make a case for us, but keep going. Just by coincidence.
Well, here's the thing, like you're not going to get that water hot enough to
Make a difference.
To kill bacteria or kill whatever you think it's killing. To me, it feels like you're brushing your teeth with like tepid water.
Mm-hmm.
Like warm water to me like is like kind of like for me, I feel like the cold water, like the bristles are like harder. You're going to get a better like brush.
Maybe
I could be wrong.
that seems like a fake, but I like your angle. I like that angle.
I
but I
doubt
don't
we have
think
any
the
dentists. I doubt we have any dentists that are listening that could to just one way or the other. But I don't know.
Yeah.
The thought of just
It is
doing it with
interesting.
warm water is weird. And like I said, her thing is like, well, you don't to kill the germs, but you're not going to get that water hot enough to kill the germs. If anything, you're just giving those germs like a sauna, or like you're just warming them up so they're nice and relaxed when they infect you.
Yeah, I'm wondering if bacteria is affected negatively, like where on the temperature spectrum, like how hot does it have to be compared to how cold does it have to be to kill the bacteria? Because freezing it, well, it won't kill it.
Doesn't necessarily.
It'll just
because even like sushi grade fish, it has to be frozen within a certain amount of time of like cultivation, like catching it.
And then they unfreeze it. I thought it was always fresh the whole time for sushi.
No. A lot of times it's frozen, but it has to be like frozen to a certain temperature and within a certain amount of time.
I was talking to Lori about this and how funny like Wendy's is because they're like fresh, never frozen. It's like, nah, you could freeze it. You could totally freeze it. It doesn't. I don't care. Frozen meat is literally fine.
Right.
100% of the time, it's literally just.
My baby was frozen. She's like the cutest thing. she's the cutest thing ever.
It's true.
I would take this frozen baby over like.
Yeah.
We were talking about this earlier.
A warm, melted baby.
I know. I know it's probably parental bias, but I see other children in the wild. I'm like, ugh.
Listen, it's not
That's a
necessarily.
fucking-
She's pretty cute.
That's a weird looking baby. I was like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
No, I wouldn't say that. She's pretty adorable.
Yeah. And she was frozen, so, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I don't think, so yeah, it's not going to go either, but I do think that's funny. Maybe we talked about it that one episode where we were talking about fast food for like 25 minutes, but, like it's just so funny that Wendy's is like, no, yeah, it's never frozen. It's like, oh, I would prefer it frozen, actually. I would prefer frozen beef from the local butcher than whatever you're giving me. Please freeze it. Just freeze it. I'm okay. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's crazy that you think I give a shit about what you did to that disgusting meat before it came to me. Like, no.
Right. Yeah, I just, I mean, as I don't think bacteria is a thing as far as brushing your teeth, like with your toothbrush, because you're not going to get hot enough or cold enough to kill it.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, it's what's more comfortable and what's more effective. I just feel like, I don't know. Maybe this is a stupid thing to bring up, but I felt we needed a little levity after all of the death and doom.
I will say one thing for cold water is that, and I just found this out because I made something with cayenne pepper and I got some on my fucking hand and then blew my nose and got it.
I thought you were going to say you went to the bathroom.
No, thank God. Got to watch out for that because that could easily happen.
Indeed.
And I blew my nose, so my like nose was stinging. I'm like, this is so stupid. Whatever. I'm like sitting there, and then I was like washing my hands, and Lori was like, wash your hands with cold water because it removes the oils. Cold water, like if you have oil or like something like hot pepper, you want to wash your hands with cold water because it actually works better. Warm water won't work.
Right.
So maybe there's a case. Maybe there's like oils and stuff that could be like if you drink a lot of coffee, you like there's oils in the coffee beans or what. Especially I use like a French press, so like it's pretty oily or whatever. And so maybe there's a case. I'm just saying you might be able to use that as a case.
Also, they say like with when you run warm water in your house, you run the warm water for a little bit because like any grossness in the pipes and stuff like that, like
work its way out.
It can with warm water you get more of that. So I don't know. Maybe she can come on and defend her case, or maybe one of our beloved stamp champs has an opinion on
this. Let's ask ChatGPT. I said, is there a reason to brush teeth with warm water over cold or vice versa?
All right.
The choice between warm water and cold water for brushing teeth is largely a matter of personal preference, but there are a few practical and physiological considerations that might influence your decision. Warm water, comfort. Some warm water can feel soothing, especially for those. And I can see that it says especially for those with sensitive teeth or gums. That tracks, right? Because I used to, when I had like, for years, my shit was, I couldn't do cold, like super cold. But I don't think my spigot gets cold enough. I need ice cold.
Are you allowed to say that anymore? Sorry. Continue.
Now when you bring it up, now when you do that, I think it's spigot. I think it's pronounced, which sounds worse. Now
that sounds worse.
As soon as it came out of my mouth, I'm like, I actually didn't like that. I like that less than the other one. Faucet. Edit that out. No. It may reduce discomfort by cold sensitivity or whatever. Effectiveness of toothpaste. Warm water can help slightly soften toothpaste, making it easier to spread. Better dissolving power. Warm water can dissolve any residual toothpaste, which technically you wouldn't even want to do.
Right.
Because you should actually not rinse your mouth out after, like, I don't rinse my mouth out after I brush my teeth. I brush and then spit the excess out and just let it stay in there. Because you're not really supposed to like drink water right after you brush your teeth. Cold water, refreshing sensation, ease of use. Most people because it's more readily available from the tap. And then sensitivity issues. Well, that's not, Yeah,
I just find it more comfortable. Like I said, it feels like warm, like tepid water. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
so there's definitely it says there's no, reason. So, yeah.
Word.
No, that is
Well,
lighter.
weigh in, Sam Tramps. All four of you who will actually participate in the poll. Yeah, I don't know if anybody has strong opinions about it, but me and her have gone back and forth.
Yeah.
And especially because now we are brushing the kids' teeth and trying to get her to have like good habits, and like, so we'll do that. Even though she's gonna lose these teeth, it's kind of like, but we're trying to give her the habits, and she loves doing it.
Oh yeah, nice.
But typically I'll hold her and the wife will like prepare the toothbrush, and then like I'll kind of get in there.
Well, she's probably going to win that battle because I'm assuming that would be less jarring. She might like the warm more.
True, but I don't know. She loves chewing on frozen things. We give her like a frozen like pacifier, frozen things to chew on when she's teething. But like, so I'll get in there and I'll like do like actual brushing, and then I'll just give it to her, and she kind of like, does the baby thing going around and that kind of thing. And I don't know. So now the conversation has come back up. Like, I'm like, don't you dare like teach her to do it with warm water. And she's like, this is how it's right. Yeah. So like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I do know like throat stuff you want warm. Obviously, like, if you're going to gargle salt water or something, you want warm. But that might just be to dissolve the. It's probably more soothing in your throat also. But that would be, you want to dissolve the salt or whatever better, and that's not going to dissolve in cold water. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I can think of that would be any reasons to do that.
Yeah. Life's problems.
Life. Yeah. What do you do first? Do you put toothpaste on the toothbrush and then water, or do you go in dry? No diddy.
I do a little rinse to get it wet, little prep. You got to get it wet first, and then the toothpaste, and then I'll do a quick little like rinse again. Not rinsing it off, but I'll put the toothpaste.
Oh yeah, I try to flatten it. Actually, I try to flatten it into the bristles with the water as much. Like I do a
little bit of that. Yeah. So I'll like wet it a little bit, put the toothpaste on, wet it a little bit again.
Yeah, I don't wet it first. Actually,
brush.
I mean, yeah, I don't wet it first.
Weird.
Yeah. Nice, but fucking
just going raw.
But I do definitely wet it after. I don't know how some people don't. I'm like, I don't know. That's weird. Yeah. Hell yeah.
This is exciting for me.
Yeah, I'm sure this is a very exciting episode. Yeah, and I don't have shit to talk about via comedy, so to be honest with you, besides upcoming stuff, because I haven't even done. I didn't go to Phantom Power on Monday.
Right. Because
work sucked, but then also I was like sick over the weekend. My last like fucking 3 days of vacation, I was sick, which was awesome. And the Steelers lost, which I don't know which was worse. So we got to play you guys the first fucking game in the playoffs, which at first I was like, I didn't want to do. I'd rather play the Texans, but in hindsight, it's like, all right, it's probably better to play the Ravens because we kind of beat you guys, even if we suck. You know what I mean?
True.
Like some of our worst seasons, we've had 50-50 matchups through the year. So,
I was gonna say it's never a sure thing.
Like, so maybe it's better that we play you guys to try. I don't know.
What are you doing? Are you trying to watch that game? That could be fun.
I don't know. Possibly. When is it? I think it's like next weekend.
It's Saturday evening, I think.
Oh, okay. Fuck. We might be visiting my dad.
Bring your dad.
Yeah, right. Like he's going to come all the way down here.
He made it down to Red Line.
That's true. He didn't drive, though.
True. Fair enough.
I mean, he can drive. He's just dumb.
Nice.
I'm kidding. He knows I'm kidding.
I'm sure he's listening.
No, he's not listening. He would never. He doesn't know how to use technology. He can use the television to watch Yellowstone. That's what he can do.
Nice.
But yeah. No, yeah, other than that, yeah. And then, so I didn't know if I was like still contagious. And I'm like, I don't want to. It'd be one thing. I considered going. I think Ali might have guest hosted because Ziggler couldn't make it. And I was like, if Ziggler was going to be there, I was thinking about going because then maybe I could just use my own mic.
Okay.
And switch it out for my set. But then I was like, if I host, I'm not going to go up and do that 20 times. You know what I
mean? Right.
It's a little bit, it's a logistical nightmare.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you could just set up a second mic that's just yours, but that's still annoying.
The
also.
Speaker we use, I don't know if it has 2 in ports, but
it
might.
The mic's just going directly in the speaker?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the mic in that smaller room. It's like
it is.
feels
It is cool.
tighter.
Yeah,
I do miss the music aspect.
I do. Yeah, that is fun.
That was kind of fun.
I also kind of miss doing the music. I kind of enjoyed doing the music.
Right. It was fun when you had somebody that, like, it would add to the show. Like you did it. Eric Sanchez, of course, and Jackie. Like they would pick the right song for the person.
Yeah.
You could fuck with somebody, like bring the music up as they're talking and bring it back down. Yeah, Eric was a master at that. He would always pick the right song. To, it'd be a subtle reference, and then be like, "Oh shit, that's a reference to the set that we just heard." Like, so I do miss that aspect, but it's not like that's like
it doesn't.
It's not a make or break deal breaker thing, but
no, and it doesn't make up for how quiet that big ass room is when there's 8 people. So it's much more intimate.
And there's much less distance to walk. So you'd get like 2 seconds of a song, and then it would be like, so.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be as effective in there. I just missed that little bit.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. I do miss that. It'd be cool if we could figure out something to do with the music. Right. Which, if it's something, it'd be cool to figure out something to do with the music that was worth setting up for the open, like setting up every Monday.
Right.
You know what I mean?
For the 2 second walk. To
exactly.
The
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I have I have a show in State College on, I don't know where. I don't know if I never got the flyer or anything for that.
I actually saw Karen posted
a
shit. Flyer.
I haven't seen it. I'll have to check it.
It's not, I was asking if it was at the place that I did with Mike and Manny, but no, it was some I think bar and grill type of place, tavern kind of place.
Yeah, you tell me about my show because I don't know. Yeah,
that's all I remember. I just happened to see that Karen posted something about it.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I heard something about snow. So hopefully your drive up there is decent.
I'm hoping because it's like a 2-hour drive, kind of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping. The Comedy Farm. Okay, sweet.
Yeah, that was it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, the Comedy Farm, Saturday at 8 p.m.
In State College?
Yep, State College, Martin Street. Yeah, Arena Bar and Grill. That's a weird name, Arena Bar and Grill. Yeah, cool.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Who else is you, Lennon, Karen?
Scott Yabiku, John Saxton, and Ridge Hirschberger.
Word.
Yeah.
Cool.
It'd be fun.
I just have next Tuesday the 14th. Wait. Is that Tuesday?
Yeah, I think
14th?
so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know what day it is
so
anymore. But yeah, Tuesday the 14th. You wouldn't know it by looking at it. I could pull up the flyer. So Brandon got us put the show together. Andrew Glessner and Casey Nicholson on it too. I'm supposedly on it, but you wouldn't know by looking at the flyer. He said the venue made the flyer. It's like, well, that's cool. I'm just Central Pennsylvania's funniest afterthought. Well,
it's funny because this time you weren't an I guess you weren't really. Oh, that competition, you were like kind of, or you weren't an afterthought, but I think they just booked too many comedians.
Right. But it's funny. At this point, it's like a running gag. Like,
well, yeah,
I've had more.
Well, it's funny.
Either I'm just not on the flyer, or my name's spelled wrong.
Yeah, it's misspelled usually. That's usually the metric.
Right. So at least my name wasn't spelled wrong this time.
Can't spell it wrong if you can't. That's probably they were like, I can't spell that. Not even putting them on there.
And this is my hometown. This is like a few blocks from where I.
Yeah.
But no, it should be fun. This is their. I guess first foray into comedy. Mm-hmm. They do live music there all the time, but apparently the waitstaff was like complaining like it's kind of really fucking loud all the time. Yeah. So I'm sure that can make it difficult to wait on tables, and you got to like everyone's shouting over each other and that kind of thing.
So they're not doing.
I'm sure they'll still do music. I think they just want to switch
other
it up.
Stuff.
Yeah, do
not
other stuff
a lot of other things. So.
Yeah, maybe we could get a mic going there or something. But but as far as shows, it'll be cool. I love that I don't have to travel far.
Yeah, you can walk.
So yeah, I'm not sad about that. And
just walk. Just watch out for Tesla trucks.
Yeah, true. But yeah, that should be fun. I don't think I have anything else other than the roast thing in February, but we'll talk about that when that gets closer.
There's gonna be one on January 26th, but I'm gonna be out of town. I didn't he sent it to us last week, so I'm gonna miss it.
What is that?
The other roast, the wild card for the roast.
Oh, right. Okay. So was that you and Sarah, like the people, like
no,
the host picked? So it was
a bunch of people. Yeah.
This is wild. This is like the Afghanistan of roast battles. Like it's just been like months long. You know what I mean? Like this roast battle, I think, has been going on since like August or September or something. Like we did it in November, and the finals are in February. It's like this.
It's a season. It's a football season. Yeah, it's literally a season. August to fucking
yeah. But it's like the Afghanistan of roast battles, where who knows if there's
hopefully it ends better.
Is there going to be an actual winner? Like,
yeah, that's true. Now there won't be a winner. The person who lost in the first round is going to come back at the end and take over and win.
I thought I had something else. I do have another thing, but it could probably turn into another debate, so we'll save that for another episode.
All right. Yeah, we don't want to.
Yeah. But I don't know. Have we depressed anybody? Do you have any words of hope? Any?
Yeah. Luckily, we don't.
Anything else?
Yeah. I guess I don't know. We live somewhere where it's like we're not 100% fucked by the government. We at least like you have a house.
True.
And can I don't know, live on my farm when I buy one. So
true. I was gonna say, but like when you own a house, do you actually own a house? Like the bank owns this for like 30 years.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
True. Well,
I just have to do the maintenance on it.
Yeah.
I feel like I just bought the right
to
do the maintenance on the house and pay for it.
That is true. You did do that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I have no hope for anything anymore.
No, I don't either. But I have I don't know. I just try to listen to people with hope, and then like, all right, maybe I'll get some of that.
Maybe I should stop listening to comics because it's like.
It depends on which ones. Some of them are hopeful, but like dumb. It's like, all right, well, this isn't gonna fucking help me.
Are they dumb because they're hopeful, or are they hopeful because they're dumb?
I don't know what you said. I think you said the same thing twice.
I think we know which side you're on. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm both, so.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you just want to be done with torturing people, or do you got anything else?
I don't think I have anything else. We talked about I have to get my deadly dog, my deadly weapon, which I do have to remember that.
Right.
I'm gonna write myself a note.
Cool. Well, in that case, people maybe write in, give us hope. Weigh in on whether or not you do.
Actually, don't do that now because it's gonna be worse.
Yeah. I either want some words of hope or like some confirmation that just it's over, and there's no hope for my child that we just brought into the world.
I would buy a farm. You guys should come live on it. You don't mind building a house, do you? You could rent this one out, make money to pay for the building of that. Well, no, you pay for.
Jimmy Carter was building houses, and he was like 100 years old. So.
Was he though? Was he building them? He didn't look like he was building anything for quite some time.
He needed a load-bearing beam
chair
to keep him up. All right, I think we're done. See you next Thursday.
Take it easy.